Well, hi there. We are off today to get the car serviced. So, while the car is in for a service, Wendy is looking for some plants. Aren't you, Wendy?
Yeah, I want to do some hanging baskets and some tubs. And this compost here is cheaper than at Lidl because it's £1.49 for 20 litres at Lidl basket. And
Yeah.
and there's 50 litres here for £3. But they had a few plants, about 6 packets. They were good at Lidl, and here the plants are very poor. So I wouldn't buy any plants in Asda.
No.
No.
They all look like they need a bit of watering.
Yeah, they do, and they're not
Don't they?
reduced. They're
No.
not worth it.
When we usually come to Runcorn, we come to the Trident shopping centre, which is sort of that bit there, and we go to Aldi, isn't it? That one.
Yes.
And we've always sort of wondered how we could walk to the other shopping centre where there's sort of an Asda and a Halfords, which is where the car is, and we've never known. We've got lost a couple of times by going up some steps that are over the back there and never really noticed the steps that are here that lead directly sort of under a bridge to the Asda car park, which is very interesting. So, but this, we do come here because we like the shops here, and there's a sort of sporty shop, isn't there? I forgot what it's called. So it might be called Sport and Ski, and I buy my shoes in there. Sports Direct, and I always buy my shoes in there because they are, well, I know the shoes that I like, and they're always very cheap, like 25 quid a pair, and they last for ages. So that's all very good. But this here is I can walk from here, from this way up. So the steps that I normally go to are just over beyond that tree, and we normally park in that area and go to Aldi, walk down to Sports Direct. Right down the end there's a little coffee wagon as well, that we've had a coffee at on a nice day. But just over here, if I'd have looked across here, there's some steps. You come up here, go under the bridge here, through, and that's just there where that gentleman with the blue basket is walking. That's the top of a McDonald's drive-through, and just over to the left, which I'll show you now because we're going to walk that way, is the Asda. I'm very pleased about that because I've just spotted that they sell diesel over there for £1.12.7. So I call that £1.13 per litre, which is the best price I've seen for a good few months. This is where we are. Here's the top end of McDonald's, and that over there is the multi-storey car park for the shopping centre, and you'll see here the Asda 24-hour petrol station there, and the back entrance to McDonald's and the drive-through. So last time we tried to find our way to this place from where we'd parked, we actually walked over to the sort of old bit of Runcorn, which, while I was out yesterday on my birthday run into Chester, somebody in the pub actually advised me never to go to Runcorn because it's a bit of a roughhouse. So it's not what we found when we go there. So that seems quite a nice sort of ordinary sort of place. There's a lot of roadworks around here as we sort of walk around.
it's a sad case of out with the old and in with the new. The shopping centre, there's just one little shop, everything else is closed down because of all the new Trident Centre and the easy access to it. And I think it looked to me once a very nice, lively and happy housing estate in the 60s and 70s. Even the pub's gone and there's nothing left for people now. It's so quiet.
So it's been about 3.5 hours since we dropped the car off at Halfords. I have had a phone call to give me an update on the brakes, and they said it would cost an additional £360 to do just the front brakes, which needed replacing. So I said no, and he said, well, that he'd go back and have a look at the pricing on that. He came back and said he could do all of the service and the front brakes for just £489, so which is about 120 quid off of the price, just because I said, well, it's too expensive. So it just shows you what haggling can do. I did a bit of that yesterday, actually, where we bought a few bits of clothing and got a 15% discount if we bought just one thing, this little neck buffer for £3. I could get 15% off of my whole shop. So it's worth asking in any shop that you go in just to have a discount. You know, what can they do? Just say no, but very often they'll say yes and give you money off. So we're hoping, we're going to make our way back to Halfords now, and hopefully the car will be ready. We've got some food shopping to do on the way. I don't really want to do the food shopping before pick the car up, just in case. So we'll probably put that off until the car's ready. Well, we picked up the car from Halfords, £489 for the full service, major service, and a changing of the front discs and pads, checking it all over, all good. But we drove it away and I had to bring it back because the brake pedal was very spongy. It's a bit scary driving it at speed. Not so bad at slow because it was all right. When you get up to speed and you press the brake pedal down a couple of inches and nothing happens, that tends to worry you a bit. So it's back in, it's just back into that bay there. You probably can't see it, too dark, but it's in there getting the brakes bled again so that the pedal really works when you press it. So I'm hoping that will come out pretty soon. But this is Halfords at Runcorn, which is where we've been for most of the day. Taken 5 hours to do a service and change the front brakes. A long time. Still, we've had a nice time shopping. So after the car went back in for the brakes to be bled again, it drives like an absolute dream. So I'm very, very happy with the car service. It's had all new brake fluid flushed right through, and had to revert to the old style of brake bleeding because their machine didn't work. Anyway, I am a very happy person right now. We've had a very nice day. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.